instantaneously.
Right.
And then take over their cities or bomb their cities like instantaneously. It's just we're relying on good nature.
Right.
The understanding that this is a horrible thing to do to humanity, to pull that trigger first.
Right. Well, there's also this sort of what happens when the dog catches the tire, right?
Right.
So if Russia had, what the Ukrainians, all the politics and whatever aside, just on a military level, what the Ukrainians were able to do, quite outmatched by the Russians. What the Taliban were able to do with the U.S., the Mujahideen against the Russians, all of this, like what the Ukrainians were able to do against the Russians is quite extraordinary. The Russians really should have taken Ukraine in a few weeks, right? And had they, that would have been that was what everyone predicted. I didn't think that was going to happen, but that was what everyone predicted. Didn't happen, and the motivation to defend your home is always far greater than the motivation to invade someone else's home. Just for the 19-year-old male, like that, motivation is, as you know, I'm sure from MMA, is like super important in outcome, right? And but had the Russians done it, had they just blitzkrieged all the way through Ukraine, seized it, then they would have what they would have had is the huge and costly problem of maintaining order in a nation of 40 million people, 40 million resentful people who did not want to be governed by outsiders. Like, don't try this at home, right? This is, and so I think, so you can take out, say you had a magic, electromagnetic pulse that took out everything in the, I'm just bullshitting here, right? But took out everything that the U.S. military relies on to communicate and to function. You just zapped it out of existence and invade it, right? The Russians took the, east of the Mississippi, the Chinese took west of the Mississippi, or whatever it might be. Then you got to run this place. And that's when you really have a tactical problem, township by township, mountain by mountain. And then your electromagnetic pulse actually doesn't serve you that well. And the Afghans, the Taliban didn't defeat us. They just outlasted us until we got tired of being there and didn't want to